Big news out of one of the biggest IT distributors, actually an IT redistributor, embracing a marketplace business model. What does that mean in a two-step distribution context? Let's find out. Shifting gears to IT distribution. Yes, this is an industry, actually a very large industry. Actually, some of the largest B2B distributors are IT distributors. And privately owned, might I add. And some are public. We have actually one of the big IT distributors, but they're actually a redistributor, which means that they sell to other distributors who then sell to end business customers. This one, D&H, just had a big announcement for a new digital business unit. What they call to accelerate everything as a service sales. This is basically kind of like bringing a marketplace capability to their distributor customers to then sell to the end business customer. Make sense? So if you're a small business and you need to buy servers, monitors, computers, cloud storage, IT services, IT products, these IT distributors will provide those to you, will provide some maintenance programs and different kinds of service and product programs to meet your needs. You have one of the largest two-step kind of redistributors selling to a network of tens of thousands of IT distributors, announced that they're basically bringing a marketplace capability to their offering. Co-president of D&H here, Dan Schwab, headlining this announcement. They have a 125-person business unit, so this thing didn't just appear out of nowhere, right? They've been working on this. And basically what they're trying to do is bring additional solutions and additional enablement to their distributor customers, right? How can they provide a more holistic and a more comprehensive suite of offerings and products and services that those distributors can then sell to their end customers? Now, I'm going to highlight some excerpts here in a second. I do think there are some gaps. I do think they are thinking about this in a more analog way than one would expect them to. If this was less analog and more what I would call digital first in their thinking, I'm going to point out a few areas where you would expect some of the language and you would expect some of the things they're highlighting to be a little bit different. And basically the difference is you're providing, how can you provide a bunch of digital tools to your distributor customers? Kind of like what we worked on with Dot Foods, another two-step distributor, to help them provide digital kind of marketplace tools to their distributor customers to then interact with their end customer. You don't hear some of the language that you would expect if this was first and foremost a digital enablement story that then brings additional product and service offerings along with it. Not to say D&H won't eventually go there. I think they will. But it sounds like it's a little bit more analog to start today. And then I expect them to invest in more tech and then really digitize those work streams as they go. To me, what I'd be leading with is, here are the tech tools that we're providing to our distributor customers to help them run their business better, faster, smarter, et cetera, right? Kind of like what we were talking about, looking at what Watsco Ventures is investing in and giving tools to their contractor customers, right? How could a two-step distributor help to enable and digitize the business of their distributor, of their IT distributor customers? So you kind of do have a flavor of this, right? The Modern Solutions business unit makes it easy for partners to design, sell, and manage hybrid consumption and as-a-service delivery models. Our partners will benefit from higher margin and higher business valuations through this model. So that is kind of that tech enablement story coming through. Distribution has been set up in micro business units. This is a signal. This is kind of a marketplace type of approach, kind of like marketplace as a service to their distributor customers. We're breaking down the walls between those business units and putting all those resources in one place, right? Kind of a centralized marketplace approach. From hardware to a more service-oriented approach, from legacy operations and systems to advanced platforms and tools, from traditional financing into more flexible financing and cash flow acceleration programs, right? So all these different programs, how do we stop making D&H the dependency and start to now enable different suppliers and vendors and service providers to kind of onboard and then liaise more directly down to the IT distributor customers of D&H, right? That's kind of the marketplaceization of that two-step distribution business model. It's very cool stuff. Other big news to go along with this is they got this company Blackbox, which is one of the larger IT distributors. So not a two-step, but actual IT distributor, to have, a nice big fancy announcement here to partner with D&H. Blackbox doing roughly $1 billion in revenue. It's a very big deal that these announcements are coming out hand in hand. It would not surprise me if they're somewhat related to each other, especially since D&H has been working on this initiative for multiple years. The very recent news that we talked about, separate video, and go into more detail here, the work that we did with Dot Foods. Dot Foods acquired this company called Morsum. Dot Foods is a two-step distributor, so they sell to food service distributors that then sell to restaurants. And if you read this press release and you go look at Morsum and all this stuff, it's all public information. But what you'll see is that Dot is kind of enabling the kind of marketplace desires and needs that their food distributor customers have in how they want to interact and sell to their end restaurant business customers, and saying, hey, we sell to thousands of these distributors. How do we enable them with all the tools that they are being competed against by other marketplace type solutions that are being delivered to small businesses, switching back over gears to the IT distribution world, right? There are more kind of open marketplace tech startups trying to deliver these types of solutions to small and medium-sized businesses that run directly in competition with what D&H is trying to provide to its network of IT distributors, right? D&H needs to support and enable its IT distributor community if D&H wants to have a growing and viable business, right? They are linked, just like Dot is linked with its distributor customers. I love this announcement from D&H. They're taking a build path, clearly. There are a lot of tech startups in this IT distribution space that could be used from a tech partnership or a tech investment or an acquisition standpoint to drastically accelerate these initiatives. D&H taking the build path, that's fine. But there's a lot of opportunity in this space, and I really like it. If you like this video, I would say just go check out the video that we did with Dot Foods, talking about some of the tech M&A that we've helped them with and what the rationale was behind that and what they're doing with it today.